What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are working on the Nissan GTR, and I'm going to address a comment I have seen probably a lot in the last year, which is the blow-off valves that come on the GTR, what you can change them with, and why I'm not running vent to atmosphere. So I got some goodies from AAM Competition, who I've been working with since I bought the GTR. And if you can see this piece right here, this is the recirculation valve. This is part of their upper intercooler kit with the Tial recirc kit. So I've ordered this new product right here, which is a new bottom end to the Tial valves I have right now, but these ones are going to vent to atmosphere. Now the way the GTR is designed in the stock tune, it is designed to have a recirculation valve. The computer in the GTR already knows that there's always going to be air there. So if you automatically just install what I now have, which is the vent to atmosphere, when you let off the gas, the car is going to think there's a lot of air that's going to be recirculated into the engine, but it goes out into the atmosphere and then it runs really rich, and then it can stall the engine and not run perfectly at all. So Mike from AAM has sent me a new tune, which is called a speed density tune rather than just the traditional tune. So instead of running off the mass airflow sensors, it's actually going to be running off the pressure sensors, which are behind the blow-off valves. So it's going to make this run correctly, and that is the proper way you need to tune a car that is designed for recirc valves. So first thing is first, I just need to remove this vacuum line real quick, loosen it up and pull it off the metal piece. And then I'm gonna take off the clamp hosing the recirc tube to the bottom of the recirc valve itself, which you'll see better in just 1 second. And last on the list, we're just gonna take the actual clamp off of how this is bolted to the intercooler pipe. And this should just come right off. All right, so here's a good look at what we're looking at. This is a recirculation valve. Pressurized air is being held in place by this big piston, and then once it opens up and releases, all that air comes out of this hole and then recirculates in front of the intake stream through this tube right here. So that is the hard part pretty much done. I've installed these little block off plates, pretty self-explanatory. You just pop on the silicone piece and then tighten up the cable. I did have to pop off this upper intercooler pipe just to get better access, but you can see it in there nice and secure. So with the car buttoned up and the recirc caps now in place, it's time to disassemble the recirculation valve. Really cool design. I do love how the red is on them. They are beautiful looking. So we just have the same Allen wrench, and hopefully not too hard to loosen them all. Feel it now as I take the last one off, so hopefully it doesn't fly up into my face. Oh boy, there we go. Here's the top piece, this is unchanged. And now I have to basically rebuild the bottom guts. So we have the spring right here. All right, there we go. So looks like this piston is just gonna slide into here, and this rubber seal pretty much just gets there. Spring is gonna go back on top, and now we get to the fun part, having to compress this that much. Just like that, and then I just screw right in there, yep. So there you go, one is completely rebuilt, and now you can get a good look at the differences between a vent to atmosphere blow-off valve and a recirculation valve. All right, I actually got that one all by myself, not too bad. So with the vent to atmosphere blow-off valve all reassembled, that was a pretty fun little switch out. It was cool to see the inside of one of these. But very simple, just line it back up with the O-ring, and that's basically gonna be it. And now we are going to adjust the tune that's on the car. So if I open up the door, we can hop on inside the GTR. All right, so to go ahead and reflash the car, I have the access port. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in. Now Mike from AAM already sent me the new tune. So I'm going to turn the ignition on to the GTR. And then all I have to do is go back through the access port, go to tune, and then change ECU map. So we're gonna go to SD tuning. Everything's set up on the car. We're gonna go into that one. And then the car is gonna do what it has to do. For those of you with the GTR or have used the COB access port, you kind of know what it does. So I'm just gonna let it go through its paces. It's gonna have a lot of crazy things going on the dash, and we will get it rolling. So on to a new day now. We were running out of light last night. I did drive the car around a little bit just to warm things up and get the tune running. And then this morning I did take the car out. I didn't get into any boost or anything like that, just getting the car warmed up and doing some key cycles for the tune to kind of let everything reset and get back to normal. So we're gonna listen to the car now and kind of feel out what the boost is like and even feel out the tune. I'm not sure if being a speed density tune, if it will actually make the car run a little bit differently now that it's using the pressure sensor rather than the airflow sensor to actually adjust all the parameters. So that'll be kind of interesting if I do notice any differences. We have the same maps like before. We have a valet, which is ridiculously slow, which I'll tell you about that in a second. We have the flame map, pop and bang, high boost and mid boost, and then the low boost. High boost is 20 PSI, the mid is 18 to 19, and then the low I think is like 15 or 17, something like that. And the valet mode, I actually had him adjust it a little bit more. That map is only gonna let me do 30% throttle, so that is gonna be really, really interesting to see how slow the car is. All right, so I'll downshift into 4th gear and just do a slow pull, and we'll watch the boost gauge as the boost builds. So it's a very instant let-off noise. I'm sure you can hear that. We'll have the other camera set up outside as well. 3rd gear. All right, back home now, back in the garage. Now here's what I've already done. I've already gone ahead and swapped this one back to this configuration. I'm gonna try out to see how this sounds as the actual vent to atmosphere blow-off valve. Because if you look at the differences in looks, the recirc valve has a much smaller opening for all the air and it kind of funnels into a tube, and then the actual blow-off valve one has a lot more surface area where all the air can escape really, really quickly. So I think it'll be kind of interesting to see how this one sounds. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap out the other one and then we'll take a drive and see what it sounds like. All right, we now have the other setup on, still of course venting to atmosphere on the speed density tune. So let's see if that funnel now where the air is gonna escape makes any differences in noise. Have the boost gauge up and everything. That's a lot louder, as you can hear. That's definitely a noticeable difference in sound, since now you have the tube where all the airflow comes out. And it is kind of neat that as long as you have the speed density tuned, yes, you can run a vent to atmosphere blow-off valve on a Nissan GTR. You just need, of course, that tune. And then at least with this Tial blow-off valves, you can mix and match. You can either use the one that's designed for recirc or the one that's designed for the vent to atmosphere. But it does give you at least the opportunity to have differences in sound. I don't know which one I like better, so maybe I'll just mix and match until I figure out what I like better. But as far as the tune goes, this tune seems to be running really good. Part of me feels like there's less lag going speed density than mass airflow. I'm not like a pro or anything. Comment down below for those of you who are more into the tuning. Do you guys notice a major difference running one or versus the other? Seems to be running really good. We're gonna go into the valet mode. So this is 30% throttle. I wanted this one as wimpy as possible just for the heck of it. So we'll give it half throttle in 4th gear. Nothing happens. I went up like 1 mile an hour. I'll floor it in 4th gear. We gained like 4 miles an hour, and equally if I put it in the fast one, 4th gear. Yeah, that was faster. Alright, so then to wrap up the video, I'm going to do a data log that I can send to AAM just to fine tune this new tune. And let's rip it just a little bit. We got valves open. Holy crap, this car is fast. Oh man, the GTR is such an epic car. So that's about going to wrap it up for today's video. Comment below which blow-off valve design do you like better, which sound do you think is more cool. Both are pretty sweet. The tune's running really good. I like the power. It feels more powerful. I don't know if that's just me being weird, but it actually does feel a little bit more peppy and a little bit more smooth. But yeah, as my tripod rolls around. But shout out to AAM Competition writing me this awesome new speed density tune, and we have more things coming from AAM. Let's just say it involves corn, so comment below what do you think I mean by that. But that was kind of a cool video testing out the new blow-off valve configuration, answering the question that I get a lot on the GTR, if you can run vent to atmosphere. That's how you can safely and efficiently do it. But more to come on the GTR. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time.